Rebel Yell podcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Final time on a late Friday, early Saturday morning that we recap all the action. We'll probably continue to do so, but it might not be on a late Friday night. It might be on a Saturday. We'll, through the state playoffs, continue to recap the weekend's action. So it might be Saturday, might be Sunday, but probably the last one of the late Fridays. Anyway, it is a podcast in the postseason, and thus it is presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Go local. There you see. Go with Edgar Snyder, helping injured people since 1982. Helping us out with the playoff coverage. EdgarSnyder.com. Thank you very much. All right. So Final Four Friday. 8 semifinal games. Championship Saturday coming up. The 4A championship game at noon, Aliquippa McKeesport. The 6A championship game, fourth straight year for Central Catholic North Allegheny. But we're here to run down what happened on Final Four Friday. Here we go. In Class 5A, the stage is set for a third straight meeting between the Pine Richland Rams and the Peters Township Indians. Pine Richland wasn't easy, but they finally knock off the Moon Tigers 34-24. Khalil Taylor doing it again, 2 touchdowns, a 37-yard touchdown reception from Aaron Strader, and a 104-yard pick six interception return for a score. Khalil was our WPIAL Player of the Week for Week 11. His running mate, Aaron Strader, a touchdown pass, 2 touchdown runs as the Rams move on to the finals. Moon 9-4, their final record. Pine Richland improves to 11-1. They will next play again for the third straight year, Peters Township. Indians defeat Upper St. Clair and rather soundly, 31-6. This is the fourth meeting between these two South Hills rivals in the last 2 years. And the 3 previous meetings were kind of tight. This one, not so much. Cole Nypaver, what a postseason he's having. 146 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns to lead the Indians. Nolan DeLucia with a touchdown pass, 31-6. Upper St. Clair season ends at 10-3. 12-0 Peters Township, 11-1 Pine Richland next Saturday evening at Acrisure Stadium for the 5A championship. Third straight year, as I mentioned. Peters Township winning in 2023, 43-17. Pine Richland winning last year, 20-9. So this is the rubber game of the 3-game championship series. 3A semifinals on Friday. Avonworth 44, North Catholic 24. Second time the Lopes beat the Trojans here in 2025. Doing it on the ground. Dimitri Valaceris, 122 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns for the Lopes. Luca Neal, 93 yards on the ground, and 2 scores as Avonworth remains undefeated. 9-4, the final record for North Catholic. Other semifinal, all Imani Christian big. Saints blank Central Valley 48-0. David Davis announced earlier that he is flipping from Penn State to North Carolina. He then went out and rushed for 243 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Saints. Gabe Jackson, 146 yards rushing and a touchdown. Central Valley season ends at 7-5. Imani Christian 12-0 will take on Avonworth 12-0 next Saturday, 5 o'clock kickoff at Acrisure Stadium. It is the 4th straight trip to the WPIAL Finals for Avonworth. Same for Pine Richland, by the way. 2A semifinals. Kymar Freedom, 128 yards rushing and a touchdown. Kia Jones, 6 of 8 passing, 131 yards and a score. St. LaSalle comes back. They knock off Washington 27-19 in a battle of Century Conference foes. The Little Prexy season ends at 10-3. St. LaSalle improves to 11-1. Back to the championships for a second straight year. They lost to South Park a year ago, Their opponent this season will be Steel Valley, the number 3 seed Ironman over the number 2 seed Golden Beavers of Western Beaver, 34-7. Deron Barksdale, amazing season, an amazing postseason, an amazing night. 266 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, and that included a 55-yard punt return. Western Beaver, outstanding season as the MAC Conference champions, and they're young. A lot of players coming back. They finish at 10-3. Steel Valley improves to 9-3, and they will take on Seton LaSalle. That's a 2:00 kickoff at Acrisure Stadium next week. Third time in 4 years that Steel Valley will be playing for WPIAL Gold. Finally, in WPIAL's Class A semifinals, the shocker of the night, Laurel 24, Fort Cherry 14. Jack Miles, 103 yards rushing and a touchdown for the Spartans. His grandfather, George, was the head coach the last time Laurel went to the WPIAL championships in 1989. He is now a member of Brian Cooper's coaching staff. Colton Carlson, a touchdown run and a touchdown reception from Lucas Santini as Laurel wins 24-14. Fort Cherry, their season ends at 12-1. Their reign as two-time defending champions also ends, and their 40-game win streak against WPIAL opponents comes to a crashing halt. Up next for Laurel, the Clairton Bears, 42-22 winners over Bishop Canavan. Dion Lovelace Pompey, 134 yards on the ground for Clairton. He also scored 3 touchdowns. Dante Wright, 89 yards rushing and 2 scores. Bishop Canavan season ends at 9-4. Clairton, second straight year to the championship after losing to Fort Cherry in a heartbreaker last season. Clairton with a record of 12-1. In fact, both Clairton and Laurel with identical 12-1 records. It will be the third time the Spartans and Bears have met for WPIAL Class A Gold. Back in 1980, Laurel defeated Clairton 14-12. In 1989, 9 years later, 27-20, Clairton over Laurel, both those games at Three River Stadium. So there you have it, the championship set, that Clairton-Laurel game, 11 a.m. kick next week, Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore. The Westinghouse Bulldogs, by the way, PIAA first round in Class A. Westinghouse shuts out Myersdale 44-0, only the second loss of the season for the Red Raiders. Bulldogs ended a 2-game losing streak. They improved to 7-4 with the help of Jordan Reed. He returned not 1 but 2 punt returns for scores from 57 and 61 yards. Up next, defending champion Bishop Guilfoyle Academy. They defeated Juniata Valley 62-6. I mentioned the WPIAL championships on Saturday at noon. It's Aliquippa 8-3 against 9-3 McKeesport. That's for the 4A championship. The winner of that game already knows they will be playing District 10 champion Oil City. Oil City on Friday defeated Punxsutawney 47-14. The 6A championship at 6 p.m. Fourth straight year, Central Catholic 10-1, North Allegheny 8-3. The winner of that game will play the winner of Saturday afternoon's first round 6A playoff game between State College and Wilkes-Barre. That game's taking place at Milton Hershey High School Saturday at 1 p.m. We will have both those championship games audio only. hssn.triblive.com. All right, our Player of the Podcast or Player of the Week podcast, Team of the Week podcast coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, our big preview of Championship Saturday. Plus, we'll talk about the 4A winner in the quarterfinals and the 6A winner in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. We are winding down a bit, but still a lot of exciting football to come. Thanks to our good friends at Edgar Snyder and Associates for sponsoring our postseason coverage. Thanks to our producer, Chris Lackner. I'm Don Rebel. Thank you, as always, for for joining us on the Rebel Yell podcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.